again. It's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida, and this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas that is now mostly dry, like 99%. I just stuck my hand in something damp. But I used some Prussian blue and Anita's white metallic with blue in it, and just kept using the spatula across the sky until I put some folk art color shifting purple in there, and I just kept spreading it until I got a thin layer because I want a background. So this is my sky area, like I said, and there's canvas showing through on the bottom because I'm pretty sure that none of that is going to show after I do a swipe with the Amsterdam white Aussie Floetrol. And it might be the last time I try that. I'm going to have to try it with the American Floetrol by adding my Minwax pre-stain wood conditioner, but that is not what this is. Get that unstuck. I did my edges the best I could. Now, so what I really want to do, I'll start again. On my phone, I have this amazing wave for a screensaver. And it goes up in the air and twists and turns, and it looks like nothing like any conventional wave would ever look like. And I'm thinking that if I just sort of allow myself the pleasure of composing with my colors, and I don't put too many, which is the real problem. And if I use the white Anita's metallic. Anyway, so I'm just going to keep composing, and then at a certain point in time, I'm going to grab my acetate cards. So that I know is an emerald green from Folk Art that's color shifting. That is an island blue from Anita's. This is something I probably aberrated, changed up a little bit. It's a metallic. I don't think it's color shifting. It might be from anybody. It's probably from Deco Art. This is a color shifting green gold. I'd like to find some sort of color scheme or balance in what I'm doing, and so far that part's not happening for me yet. This is a color shifting blue from Folk Art that I don't use very often. It reminds me that I want to put some blue in there. Sometimes the most random marks are the ones that make the painting the most interesting to me, and I tend to want to disperse things in a somewhat even way. I prefer not to have those little splatters in my sky, but they're there now, so I also may put some really cool funky clouds. That's part of my plan. Well, more emerald green. Yeah. Okay, I want some gold in here. I want some gold in here everywhere. I want a lot of colors that I might wind up seeing in the sky, so I am going to dribble some colors that may change some other colors, but I know that the turquoise and the pink will make a beautiful blue, so I'm not too worried about that. This is my this is my Artist Loft Amethyst. And speaking of blues, here's my favorite Venetian blue, which is iridescent. Now I see that I'm getting pretty close to having what I consider to be a good start as far as enough paint goes on the canvas. And I'm not even halfway through the colors that I wanted to use. So whatever I do now is going to be kind of dribbly, I think. I've got some turquoise from Folk Art that's color shifting. Not sure I used that yet or not. I'm going up into my sky area. A lot of colors are kind of similar. Oh, I have a new color that I found among stuff that got sent to me from Golden. It's light green blue shade. It's the first time I used it. It might be the brightest thing in here, to tell you the truth. And I've got some blue to use up. I keep squeezing my bottles to see if the tops are clogged or not, and in this case a little spew comes out. So this does not have to look realistic as far as I'm concerned. This is my color shifting purple from Folk Art, which I hadn't used until now, and is the one color that's really making everything pop. I want to put some orange in there, but I'm really, really nervous about it. It worked the last time I did it, but it had a lot less, it wasn't getting overworked. So I'm going to put a little bit of the neon pink from Folk Art in there too. I kind of want to put some of that Prussian blue in. Oh, that's dioxazine purple. Okay, we'll put some dioxazine purple in there. I think I just did that. Let's find the Prussian blue. Let's wish that it would come out because it was open just 5 minutes ago. Just using it loosens up the stuff in the tip. There we go, I've got a little bit. That's really all I need anyway. So what else, if anything else, do I want in there more of? I'm thinking some of the magenta, pearl magenta from Arteza, because I can. And I still might, no, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to put some orange in. I might be really sorry, I hope not. But the orange might also be the thing that makes it, oh, right next to that green. That is just crazy. Okay, so now, if I want to have spray or surf at the bottom, I'm going to need a copious amount of this white, Amsterdam white. And I have a large sheet, but I'm really remiss in using it, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to move these other swipe cards. I have a bunch of swipe cards that have rounded ends. I'm thinking that I may be using all of them, or some of them, but I'm going to put the Amsterdam white. I'm going to dump it down right over that little dish so I catch anything that might be spare, so I can use it again. I might even put another card down there right now, so I'm ready to use it if I want to. I want a lot, but I don't want so much that it drowns everything. And I'm not really so adept at this yet that I know what that is. I'm going to pull my canvas forward so I can wipe off my excess on my edges. That's working pretty nicely. I'm liking the way that works. I think I'm going to use a scrape dish to take all of the spare colors that I picked up. Yeah, that's an awesome motion. So I just pick up those colors. Usually white will mute everything, but I wonder if maybe it won't be quite as much because we use a lot of Floetrol and a very little amount of white. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my next card, and I'm going to look at this and see that there's no pink and there's no orange, and I kind of want both of those. There's also no purple. What else do I like in here? I love the cells in here are just to die for. Let's grab a little bit of this more obnoxious yellow. That's my dairy lid yellow. This is I don't even know if I use this this cobalt blue, which is metallic turquoise. Don't know why. Still, every time I'm just flabbergasted. No idea why they call it cobalt blue. Oh, I did use some. I don't think I can have too much though. Just give that a dose right around the edge. All right, so I'm going to see if I'm right about, I want that to come off. There's no reason to have it on the opposite side if it's not going to be utilized. And hopefully I'm in frame. I kind of wonder because my tile looks a little distended. I'm glad I have something in the background, because wherever things are tending to show through, then I don't have any white canvas in there. I think I'm going to have to bring something right up there. Grab a little more white. I just want to grab a bunch of white. Make my crazy wave. Scrape in between. Oh, I just buttered a card with my cell activator. Okay. Well, I'm loving my rough sea. And I've got paint on my low-leafy silicone mat that I would usually allow to stay, except for that dog hair. But in this case, I'm going to pick it up and put it on the end of my canvas. So I'm pretty happy with all of that so far. And I have to keep moving, and that might include doing more of the same with the large card, because it worked well the first time, and there's nothing to keep me from going in there the second time. And the first time I pulled up, and this time I'm inclined to pull down, so that if there's the impression of sea foam, or that's the perfect amount of paint to go on the edge. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, that's a crazy wave. I can use my little tools too. Wait a minute, since I've got all that white there, why don't I try that right now? Wipe it off. Grab some more Australian Floetrol laced. Oh, my edge catcher's looking really beautiful too. So that's just broken wave, I think. These tools you can find by searching tools or asking me for a link. I made them, and I'll be making some more. I gotta not play in that too much because I really like what's happening there, which means it's time. Look how pretty that is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's so pretty. I want to just leave it there and pick it up later. But the truth is, I also want to use all of my Australian Floetrol white cell activator, which is Amsterdam white. That's cool. Makes me want to move on to the sky. That's a riotous ocean. Great colors. I'm going to try and put all those colors in the sky. Okay. That could be trouble. I'm going to wipe off my little tool. I think I've gotten paint on every one of those swipe cards, even those I didn't use. I like dropping a little bit of white in there. I think if I had a much smaller tool, and I might get away with twiddling some things. There's not much I want to do to that. I love the way it looks. It's fabulous. You got to be careful with these tools. If you don't have enough paint or you don't have the right trajectory on the blade, it's going to dig right down. I am inclined to try and figure out how to make some more sea foam, but I better not complain because I'm really, really, really happy with what I've got, with the exception of having spread it all over everything. So I'm going to take some of that paint right off of there. Throw my tools into my bucket, and then contemplate what I might want to do with my sky. Part of me wants to just take the paint that's in here and put a cloud down, and I could do that too. Why don't I do that at the top, just because I can. Pretty colors. I'll just take a little fingerful, put it over the edge. I wish I'd quit doing that. So that's neat, and it makes me want to take my dish. Oh boy. I am going to take some Anita's White Metallic. Look for my pale pink. Where did you go, pale pink? I know you're here. I didn't use it just now, so it's got to be hiding. Well, I suppose I can substitute a little bit of the Arteza metallic. There it is, I got it. So this is just Anita's white metallic with a little bit of the fluorescent pink in it. Not much. And I want to make sure, did I ever put any electric blue in there? I don't know. Well, it's going in the cloud. And I'm going to squeeze a little bit more white metallic right on top. And some purple, some of the amethyst. And I've got some lilac colored purple that's old and I don't know what it is, so I can't tell you. But I'm going to put some more hot orchid in there. And maybe a little bit of the island blue. I don't know why. And, whoop, don't touch the canvas. And a little bit of orange. And a little bit of that yellow. And I'm wondering what's missing, and it could be the red. Alright, there's my little tiny pan of colors. Do I dare? I'm gonna dare. Let's see what happens if I spread that cloud out and let everything fall down a little bit. Nothing much is happening to the ocean that I don't like. With the possible exception of blowing some paint over the edge, allowing it to fall. That's cool. Let's see what happens when I dip my slightly schmutzy spatula in here. I've got 2 minutes to tell you guys. Look for my email underneath the link tree underneath the video, and that will allow you, if you are interested in purchasing an artwork, to contact me. I'm just going to use a whole bunch of the pink because that is the color I want to dominate. And then I'm thinking that I'm just going to pick it up with the blade of my spatula. And unless I change my mind and put my little tools in there, this is probably going to be what I'm doing, especially since I have 2 minutes left. I mean, I could definitely blow into them with some straws. I could blow into them with a straw. And I can definitely tip. And I like the one that the one at the top is a little different colored. And I don't mind leaving some to go over the edge. Let's bring something down to the horizon. So now it's time to experiment a little bit. Because I haven't done clouds exactly that way before. And somewhere right here is my straw. There it is. And I can spiral these puppies too. So let's try a tip top first. Because clouds are fluffy on the top and flat on the bottom, I'm told. That's a something that doesn't belong. So you guys should check on the link tree to see the stuff on there. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links. And look on the end. That's unfortunate. Hey, at least it... Goodbye, spam risk. I really wanted to experiment with these clouds as far as putting the cell activator in there. But I'm not really feeling like I have that time right now. So if it's different when you see it again, you'll understand what happened. Let's grab a little bit more of this off of there. That's pretty cool. I'm going to show it to you now before I run out of time completely. And then I'm going to play with that cell activator, and maybe I'll come back for